Alright, welcome to another episode of Katawa Shoujo. I know I've been pronouncing the characters' names a little bit wrong. I'm sorry. That's just how it's gonna happen, because I just can't do it. So, you should know who I'm talking about. It should be semi-close. Let's just get into the episode. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently, though he has extremely thick glasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Hiseo Nake. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens realizations, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup dude. The name's Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude, and welcome. There were some suspicious looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people too. Can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. Hey, he's me. You're a brave man, Hazel. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I should get to know you? Either... He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. Squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Bleak beige walls, white, lean, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the front of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Hitchin. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on my bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing till I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming, and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow. It won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, the bottles of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one up and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisu, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. That's a good note. Important, right to the point. I like it. It doesn't really say that, but it just... oh. Well, I'm disappointed now. It's kinda twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the right dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that, I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Heart. Was that the first chapter, or episode, or whatever they're calling it? I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the third room this year that I was supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating, opening, until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, and pop out a tablet from the foil sheet. I put them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far this place seems more or less like a normal school, except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Consistent laughter and Shizun's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? And I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after class yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. You should join chess club. All through class, the question remains on my mind. I decide to ask June about when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I want to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser off her pencil down on the top as perfect and evenly flat. She looks like an angry kitty. Aha! Sorry. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, please don't prove me right. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So you actually transferred in a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? I don't know. The truth is it's a local event and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately, asking her to bail her out. She adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly crystalline and starts signing hard and heavy. I'm not going to say the characters' names anymore because I know I'm saying them wrong and I know it really bothers people. So I'm just going to skip over their names and say she or he. Huh? Oh. Who cares? She puffs out her chest as she shouts her words out at me with a amount of pride. Too loud, I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The idea beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. A teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, she stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. She doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right. What? That's right. Are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchange between them. Her tone has also changed, although it does that very other word every way. Yeah, I was thinking about it. They look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. With the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long, dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently to the door. Doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Is something wrong? Do I look uneasy as I feel? Or was she just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were just asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? Thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay, okay, perfect. The rest of the class passes. Uneventfully, the girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Chisoon looks more than a little annoyed that we were only just barely managed to finish our work in time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how she is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so she can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between her hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to her, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face her? I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, she can't hear me. But it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through her. Then again, it isn't what she's doing. No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing. It will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Her eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Actually, it kind of is. Interesting. The things you don't know until the game points you out. Are you sure? Very sure. Oh, you're wrong because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Waha! She soon pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-the-fact way. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Alright. I'm gonna end this episode here. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.